then that actually was what occurs. And so you can maybe run that over, 3 events over Gen Con, and it'd be a lot of time for us running things. But that how the first scenario ends kind of determines how the second one begins and things like that too. But no, I was wondering maybe about trying to get a scenario 2 maybe that's no one's participated in, one maybe Delta Green, one maybe straight up Cthulhu, and then even podcasting the 2 or something if we can.
Yeah, that would be neat.
I've got the mobile audio equipment.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it wouldn't take much to, you just mic everybody with lapel mics that I got, and then you actually, it'll sound decent. Like in one of the regular con rooms, though, it just wouldn't work because there's just so much background noise. Like I was going to record my Sozi game, which is amazing because Greg Sozi is just, the shit. But it was just too loud.
Oh yeah, I can. Being them, yeah, it's just there's too much. It's almost a roar going on.
Yeah, and there's people screaming periodically.
Yeah.
1 second. My wife handed me the baby. You heard me kiss its head when its head crashed in my mouth. She leaned her over, and the daughter just headbutted me in the mouth. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry to delay you on that one.
No worries.
So, like I've got my character sheet up. I guess Aaron is off into the abyss of Bed Bath & Beyond.
He's in the Beyond section.
I didn't really even mean to do that. So sorry, I was a little iffy on tonight. So apparently the biggest name in contemporary Christian rock was playing, like at the school I work at. Like this.
I kind of remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, it was. I was afraid I was gonna have. I don't know anything about Christian rock. Like I know
Please
that there's
tell
a
me the
band
name
called,
is Thunder Christ.
Oh, it's your contemporary like guy's name kind of band. My mom, I mentioned to her, and she was like real excited, and I said, "Well, you can go up there and work for me. I don't want to put up that shit." But I didn't say it like that. But I managed to get out of it. They brought their own sound people in, so I didn't have to. Yeah, I've never mixed sound for somebody important. And while I don't really think that he's important, like I feel that he thinks he's important. So, but I did get out of that. Like,
good.
I was, I'm afraid the building would have came down on top of me, to be honest with you. But good times. So, you want like, are you ready to get started, Greg, or
Jeff?
Jeff, why'd I call you Greg? It's a G. Damn it.
It's Jeff with a G.
Noah Greg.
I don't. My own mother does the same thing, so don't worry.
Well, I got some good company.
Well, she has a brother named Greg, so she's run the gambit of names, calling people sometimes. Jeff, Greg, Adam. It's like no, it's she.
Damn it! I did that. I can't believe I did that. I think I played a game with a podcast, Technical Difficulties, Wednesday night, and one of their guys, his name's Greg, and I think I went back in time.
I had forgotten that the local beer festival was today. I had tickets for it. I thought it seems like this month I'm a week behind. Like I thought that was next weekend, and then I thought I had something else going on the weekend. I know it was moved up a week because I didn't know what weekend was what.
Wow! So you had to miss it?
No, I went to it. Because my club had a booth there, so 2 of the people from my club and myself were hosting our booth at the event as well.
Homebrew Club?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't realize what weekend was. I didn't know which weekend was supposed to be what.
Now are we white that wins next week? Or
yeah, so we'll do Agents, Aliens, and Assange next week.
Okay.
I am definitely out next week.
All right.
That should be good.
I am out as well due to my push not knowing what weekends what.
Okay. So we could, yeah, I guess we'll.
I feel like we
Just
should bump
do-
that a week.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do White That Wins or Agents, Aliens, and Assange in 2 weeks, and then.
Or you want to do a hiatus for Thanksgiving weekend?
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll probably skip Thanksgiving weekend.
So we'll do something on the 12th, the 19th, skip to 26th, and then we'll meet back up on December 3rd.
Do we?
Um,
Oh yeah.
I think I will be
26.
available on Thanksgiving weekend because we're only planning visiting my folks that on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
gotta
doing
go.
anything on Thanksgiving.
I got to go to a children's birthday on Thanksgiving weekend, but I'm not sure if that actually runs into nighttime.
So I guess we'll nix the 12th. We can say Jeff. We could skip A Time to Harvest on the 19th. Do Agents, Aliens, and Assange on the 19th. Skip the 26th, and then come back on the 3rd.
Yeah, that would work.
I'm free the 19th. It's next weekend. I'm not. I'm actually running some events at a local con.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
That's
we'll
what
just
we'll-
we'll do Agents and Assange without Jeff. We'll just have it with Kyle and I's character. Then is that what
Yeah,
you're?
I'm attending a con a week from today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So instead of running A Time to Harvest on the 19th, we'll run Agents, and then we'll switch weeks because we were supposed to be doing every other week.
Yeah. Okay.
We haven't
That's
done
fine.
Agents in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Alrighty.
Hey, okay.
So with that, Jeff, why don't you introduce us, and we will go from there.
I'd like to welcome everyone back to A Time to Harvest. Continuing with episode 2, we have David, Adam, and Kyle with us tonight. Last we left off, I believe the students were considering returning to Cobb's Corner following learning of Robert Blaine's parents' suicide and discovering a few clues within his apartment off campus. So actually, if someone maybe wanted to do a quick recap, if there's any other details or ideas they had that I did not quite cover there, that'd be great.
I can't remember a whole lot.
I can remember.
Yeah.
The
We,
book types that. Oh,
Yeah, I found a bunch of books. I'd managed to finagle my way into the apartment of, and I haven't opened my Word document yet, but the
Bob, right?
yeah, the guy that was on the original trip, and we
Blaine, yeah.
Blaine.
Yeah, Robert Blaine.
We found a letter accusing the team, or at least Blaine, or the woman who was with Blaine at that point in time, of being in some way responsible for a widow in Cobb's Corner's, like her husband's death. We found some other strange kind of
That's right.
occult books, and I think we did some research in the library, but I don't remember if much came to fruition from that.
I believe it was Kimball rummaged back through the newspapers. He found one of the students who returned looking through, and he came across an article that mentioned a family that was found dead in Vermont several years ago. And your assumption was that was when he was reading about those events, he got pretty emotionally distraught about it.
You know, I remember one thing that happened was we got a bunch of occult tomes and we studied them on the train ride over.
Yes,
We had an actual occult study group.
Yeah, we did that as we were getting ready to get on the train, and we were making our way to the train station. A gunshot rang out from the apartment of Blaine.
That's right.
And we ran in there, and turns out that Blaine had committed suicide. And we checked the scene, did not appear to be foul play. I can't I don't think we really found anything new there.
Well, that's where you found the letter.
Oh, well, I'd stolen the letter before that. I thought, like, when when I broke into your apartment the first time, there was
well, yeah, I think it was actually it was at Blaine's apartment that you found those. I don't not. Was it before or after? I don't recall.
It was before, because I shoved an empty whiskey bottle in his place just to blatantly be a dick about it. So, and then I voluntarily took one sanity loss. I rode for that. I didn't just go, well, just a little bit of sanity on that one for feeling slightly responsible for the man's.
But believe you guys are all, or at least went to his apartment and discovered that he had kind of shot himself.
Mm-hmm. And then we decided it'd be a good time to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we claimed to be stepping out to smoke a cigarette and wait for the police, and then we skedaddled.
Okay.
Nothing suspicious about that.
Not at all.
And so I'll say that there was later that evening. You guys can tell me what your plan at the moment is. I know you're considering leaving to take a train, but it is a little later in the evening. Not sure you can get one this evening.
I think we did take a train, and we had an occult study group on board that train.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got,
I thought when we
cabins.
Yeah, I thought when we left, we were getting on the train and we had the plan to study the books.
Yeah. I think we may have actually gained some occult score off that.
Yeah, you did. I think I said that if you guys took I think it was 5 days or so between, trading back and forth and kind of reading, like I said, a group study, each could gain 15 occult.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay, let me look, see if I actually wrote down occult on that. Yeah, I got 20% occult now. So,
and that would have been during the week, and then that's afterwards is when you discovered
okay,
or learned of Blaine apparently killing himself.
Just a heads up, Jeff, I have an 80 occult now.
Sweet.
Nice.
So if it's let's go ahead and say that it was possibly too late then to get on the train, if that's the case. In that case, I wonder if I should, if we've just, let's retcon, if it's okay with you, Jeff, and say we just stepped outside at this point. So guys, what do we do? I mean, there's at least one witness tagging me here now twice and all that. Like, I can be on the up and up, and we don't have anything of him on us. Like,
yeah.
Do you want to just go ahead, just be a witness to the authorities? And we just ran in there. That was it. I mean, we've got a witness and all that. There's no point in adding fugitive to our list of deeds or anything like that.
Suspicious activities.
And with a little bit of luck, maybe we can get in and get out quick.
Well, I don't think we should, because I don't think that this scenario is made for police. I'm going to guess police cannot investigate this crime as it should be investigated. Yeah. So I think we should go ahead to Cobb's Corner, because I think that's what's next.
Okay.
And also, I am a missing person.
Wow, that's okay.
Well,
so I'm gonna head to the land of not here, and whatever you guys do. But yeah, I think we should try and either get on the train or find a take a taxi somewhere, get out of town at the very least.
Well, let's see. What time is it, Jeff?
I'll say it is 8 o'clock in the evening.
8 o'clock in the evening. So there's no night trains or anything that we know of, or
heading out to heading out. There's no direct line actually going to Cobb's. The nearest place would be Betterboro, which is where, at least so Kimball will remember, is where Professor Harold had drove him to and basically forced him on the train to head back to Arkham. After he spent a day or two trying to hide out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then my butler took me to Arkham. Yeah, no, I mean, I know Betterboro. Can I do what would it be? A charisma roll for? Do I know a guy in Betterboro that owes me a favor?
Probably not a charisma. I almost want to say luck, but I know that's not the best.
Yes, my 4 luck. Yeah.
Actually, give me a credit rating.
Okay, I can do that.
Nice.
53 out of 10, so no.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, we are like fairly well-to-do frat guys. We could probably afford a taxi.
Taxi to the. Sorry, I missed something. Where are we taxiing to?
Betterboro, and then we can get to Cobb's Corners.
Oh, the train is not from here.
Day. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, we could, if that sounds like a plan, we could go ahead and pour money and get a cab and see if we can get over there real quick, or as quick as we can, and at least be that ahead of the game.
Well, could we? We're college students, and this is back in the day. Could we hitch a ride
out to Cobb's Corner?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be a long trip. It'd be probably many hours. I mean, you certainly could.
Yeah. Sorry, I actually just meant to the train station, but yeah, to Cobb's Corner would be fine too.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a all-night drive out to Cobb's Corner. Train would be a little quicker, only because it's not, most of the roads nowadays are during this time are all washed out dirt roads, so it'd be a little quicker to take a train out to Betterboro than get a ride from there up to Cobb's Corner. You certainly could drive all the way there; it'd just be a long trip.
Yeah.
More time for reading.
True.
Well, I mean, is it possible to rent a car and one of us spend the time driving?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so we will look around, and if nobody seems to be noticing us, we will go ahead and make our departure.
Head to the local budget office. Enterprise rent-a-car.
Excellent.
I'll take that Studebaker. Yeah, or is this before the Studebaker?
Yeah. You guys take maybe an hour looking around, and you can certainly find a dealership of some sort or whatever that is willing to lease you a car for a few days at $10.
Okay.
And it will be nothing much more than like a Model T Touring or a coupe. So it fits 4. So it'll be just enough, it's more enough for the 3 of you and plus whatever stuff you may want to take.
Our fencing swords.
Yep.
I'm picking up my weapon in town.
The lawnmower.
That's right.
I'm starting to think he's a little unhinged. Okay. So who's got a higher drive? I've got 20. And I know Kyle's got 20 because we're the same person.
I also have 20.
Yes. You get me, man.
Yes.
So what'd you say you had, Dave? I'm sorry.
I have a 20 as well.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. How's your sanity? Do you this is meta as hell, but do you want to read the books or do you not?
I would love to read the books.
Oh.
There's no occult specialist.
You're going to be sitting back here. You're going to be sitting back here for Lantern, right? You know that, don't you?
Yes. I have seen some things.
Well, if in that case, I'll volunteer to drive then.
All right.
So I guess since I'm not having to actually maneuver a vehicle in a defensive way, there's no real need in drive checks.
Yeah, no, I mean if you're just driving, you don't need to make any checks. It's only if you're, maybe attempting to traverse a narrow, ledge of a ravine, or doing something really hard, some kind of hard maneuver.
So do I need to make like a Constitution roll for driving all night?
No, that wouldn't be a problem. However, at some point in the evening when you guys are at the fraternity, you guys are getting there, getting ready, and one of the guys there informs Kimball that he had answered the dormitory telephone, and it was actually for Kimball. The person did not actually. The gentleman left the name of Clark and said that he would try to call back around 10. For
so I'm assuming he used the name Audric because they don't know me as O'Kimball here. Because I'm Audric Ogre.
That's
Van
right.
Dam.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So he would have called asking for a Van Dam, and since you went around, the other fraternity member just wrote down that a Clark called.
Okay.
And that he would attempt to call you back around 10 p.m. at the fraternities.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Why don't you wait around for your phone call, and either me or both of us will go get the car, and then we can come back and get you by 10, and like as soon as you get your phone call, and then we can hit the road if that sounds good.
Yeah, sure. So I will sit in the lounge, chain smoking cigars. Reading spooky books.
All right.
That's the lifestyle right there.
Sounds good. So yeah, so you want to go with me on this one, Kyle?
Absolutely.
All right, buddy.
Actually, who's more likely to get assaulted, you or Dave?
Everybody knows Dave. Well, Dave has been made himself noticed by those that. So maybe I'll just go on my own. It'll be fine. Like nothing will happen. How could something happen to me?
All right. Yeah, you're right. I'll go with you.
So, alrighty. So I guess I'll solo that then.
Okay.
No, I'll go with him because, as he says, Dave is in public and everyone knows him.
Okay, good point. All right, so we'll go get the car then.
Yeah.
With our rapiers.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, the Civil War was just like 60 years ago, and they had sabers. God damn it.
Yep.
As far as that go, World War I has sabers too.
Very true. Very true.
As that came out.
That was a great war. Whew. But we don't have another one of them.
You never know.
I would also extend that to modern day.
Yeah.
But so okay. So we're gonna leave Dave with his occult books.
Nice. You guys are out fetching the car, making arrangements for that, and Kimball, you're sitting in the fraternity, and the phone that's there's only really one phone for the building rings, and it is indeed around 10 o'clock when it does ring.
All right, I'm gonna pick it up and say, okay. Van Dam.
Great. This is this is Roderick Block. You may recognize the name.
Do I recognize the name?
Yes, you do. It's actually one of the students that you were on the expedition with in Cobb's Corner.
Oh.
However, you recall him having a southern accent, and that is completely lacking in the voice you hear on the other end.
Ooh.
I'm going to say I don't recall. What was a Roderick? I don't think I've ever met a Roderick.
Yes, I believe you have. You attended out to a Cop's Corner with, well, him, myself. It's a bit complicated.
Cobb's where?
Cop's Corner?
I've never
in Vermont.
Never been to,
certainly you have. I know you were there.
I don't like Vermont at all. I take personal issue with Vermont. I don't recognize Vermont as a state.
Accurate.
Look, it's it's complicated. I am not actually Rod, as odd as that may seem.
That sounds like something you should speak with a psychiatrist about.
None of us actually are who we pretend to be. Those of us who returned, other than yourself, none of us are actually who we pretend to be. All of us are sitting here for a reason, and I am calling for my own reasons. I actually would like to meet with you by yourself, and I can assure you that no harm will come to you if you do meet with me. If you don't, the end results of what the others are planning, the blood of that would be on your hands if you don't come meet with me.
Ooh, spooky. Okay. All right. Do I know of a belfry in the town that I can get access to?
Gonna give him some bats.
You can roll a knowledge roll.
Okay, I will do that. 96. I do not know of a belfry. I guess I'm trying to think of like an elevated, a place where there's only one way in and one way out.
There's I mean, within Arkham, there's there's probably a plethora of places kind of match that. I mean, if you're looking for like a secluded spot where you think you're fairly secure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess I'll just tell him to meet at that place at the stroke of midnight for plot effect.
I would prefer if we met at the top of Hangman's Hill in the old graveyard. I believe you know where that's at.
That's a little man, I don't know who you are, and that seems a little edgy for my tastes. It seems like a little too dangerous, too spooky. I've been reading this spooky book. It's talking about why I should avoid graveyards and strange phone calls from people I don't know. So why don't we do it on my turf? Or like I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know whose blood is going to be on my hands or anything like that. I am but a simple farmer's son.
Potentially all of Arkham's.
All of
Arkham's. Which is
Arkham's.
why I'm calling.
Well, But if you're with them, whoever them are,
I am not with them. I came here with them, but since being here and learning some things, I no longer want to be a part of it.
All right. Well, let's split the difference and meet at Carol's Diner.
That can't do. It has to be at the top of Hangman's Hill, unfortunately.
Can you tell me why?
It's outside of Arkham. I think it would be the best place to not be seen.
Well, all right then. Yeah, we'll meet there at midnight.
That will do.
Okay. You have a good night.
And you
Roderick.
must just be yourself.
I am always myself. My mama always told me to be myself.
Go by yourself.
Okay, Roderick. I'll see you then. Hang up the phone.
Okay. And I believe you mentioned your character is from Arkham.
Yes.
Okay.
Place of Arkham.
Yeah, you know exactly where he's talking about. It's there is an old graveyard. It's on the southeast side of Arkham,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the highest point of it is called Hangman's Hill, and you
Okay.
know it comes from a bit of history in the early 18th century of a suspected witch was hung there.
Okay.
And just anyone who's has supposedly spent the night there, either on May Eve or Halloween night, supposedly get visited by the ghost of that witch, a Goody Fowler.
Okay. All right. Can I make an occult roll for precautions that I should take?
Sure.
51 out of 80.
Against the supposed ghost, or
Yeah,
Or-
what would keep me safe from influence in a graveyard? So, like, anti-black magic stuff.
you've read that making making a circle out of salt and be within that circle is supposedly a form of protection against evil spirits.
Okay. I will go to the kitchen and get the jar of Morton's salt with the nice little pull-out spout. Then I will head out back to the groundskeeper's shed and retrieve the rusty lawnmower and wait for my compatriots to return with the car.
Okay.
Excellent.
You know, you were sane when you first started doing that, but I never knew you then. So it's like,
All the characters who didn't carry lawnmowers all died or got mind controlled. That should teach
Exactly.
you something.
that's true. That's true. So, man, I wish we still had those rape whistles.
I
That
know,
was the other
right?
character.
I can always buy more.
Slide whistles this time. Slide whistles.
I'd rather hear a panic kazoo. Okay.
We should get some sad trombones to alert us of failure.
All right. So I guess if we don't have any other encounters, we'll go ahead and get the car and go back to the room and speak with Okimbo.
Sure.
Or I guess if we catch him standing outside, still leaning against the lawnmower, smoking a cigarette.
Yes, that's pretty much it. I got a jar of salt in one hand, leaning on a lawnmower, smoking a cigar. Wild look in my eyes.
What the fuck are you doing? Do we got slugs or snails or something? I thought we
Don't
were
ask
going.
questions. You ask too many questions.
Are we going? We got the car, man.
Well, we need to make a detour first. That guy that called is one of the body snatched people, and apparently he wants to turn state's evidence against his body turned compatriots at the graveyard over by Hangman's Hill over by the graveyard.
And if you guys are, I think you guys may be from Arkham. If you are, you know where he's talking about.
I'm from West Virginia, by God.
Yeah, you don't know. You can make a knowledge roll to
Okay.
be aware of the same info.
I will see what I know. 12. I am up on this shit. Okay.
Yeah. You've heard the same legends. Given your time at Miskatonic, being a student recently, you've heard about the legend of Goody Fowler.
Okay. So, So what? So you're gonna meet this guy, right?
Yes, he says I have to come alone. So,
Well, fuck it.
well, I'm thinking obviously we'll have you guys hide out somewhere, nearby. And when you hear the telltale clang of my lawnmower impacting bone, come running.
Sounds good.
Well, Van's a little on that. Are you gonna take your conch shell with you?
Like, oh, do I have a conch shell?
Or the shell gun or whatever?
Oh yeah, no, I have that's in the violin case strapped across my back. I'm quite a picture.
That you are. Too bad none of us have chemistry.
That's true.
Because I was thinking if you, like, honestly, if you like made it, you could make it like an explosive kind of bomb. And what I mean by bomb, I mean like something that if you added it to a bottle of water or something like that would explode or something like that we could hear. But I guess it's too late to break it to the chemistry lab. And with my chemistry there's not even a chemistry. So that tells you what my chemistry is right now.
Ooh, I do have a cult which deals with colored powders and flames and all that good stuff, incenses and the like. Would I know of a signaling thing some way that I could repurpose that for signaling?
Signals?
You could just have an electric torch, and if you shine it toward our car, that's a signal for us to come running.
That works.
So.
Yeah, I don't really think like having a cult and alchemy is kind of the same, but yeah, you can use your flashlight or whatever as well.
Yeah, flashlight would be fine. That would be explainable too, because I mean you're walking up there in the dark, like and plus it makes something good to brain somebody with. So, I'm sure they didn't have Maglite quality light bulb flashlights back then, but I'm all right with the detour. We got a long night ahead of us of driving. So, do you need anything, or do you want to go scope the place out? What time is it now?
I'd say 10:30ish.
Yeah, let's just head over there. I've got what I need. If you guys have got what you need.
Yeah, I guess I've got my sword.
Do we have a way to get up the hill? Like I don't know. Let's just. I feel like we're walking into a scenario that we really don't understand at the moment. I don't know exactly what our plan is here. Does that make sense?
Well, I'm probably going to get attacked by crab monsters.
Crab monsters, okay.
And then body snatched. But it could be that this guy actually is what he says he is, and we save Arkham from some kind of horrible fate. I also might have to sacrifice myself or something like that. Not really sure. I don't see this going well for me, but I'll try to take as many of them with me as I can.
Makes sense.
I got chemistry at 60, by the way. I do have chemistry. And you do too, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
You guys should cook up some grenades or something. Fertilizer and gasoline.
While we're gassing up the car, I do want to kind of make like a Molotov cocktail or two. And just on the off chance that we've got like spooky meetings, I can't get a gun probably at this late. And we're also going to be suspects in a suicide murder thing. So I don't know if we should have a gun, but what would be the skill I would use to throw something, Jeff, by the way?
There's a throw skill, or there should be in your sheet.
Oh, son of a bitch. I'll set myself on fire. It's going to be like a protest for Vietnam. Buddha smokes. Okay. Kimbo, what's your throw at?
Let's see. My throw is at 20.
Mm-hmm. So me and you are both like, we're really sucky on the softball league. We can't get it out of. Okay. Well, what would you think would prepare us, Kyle?
Well, all right. So what's our okay? So he's going to be attacked at the top of the hill. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to be hiding where?
Well, I was just going to park at the bottom of the hill in the car and wait.
Okay.
Like I was looking at my stealth is at 20, so unless like.
Sure.
Hiding would also be stealth, right? So neither one of us could make it up there reliably.
Right. Yes. So we can get up the hill quickly. Is it not? How big is this hill?
It's not terribly. I mean, it's
more like a mound, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe a 50-foot hill. I mean, it's not huge.
All right, so the car could get up in it in like 1 round or 2 rounds or something.
You actually, well, there is like set paths for cars. You could certainly go off road, but you'll be driving, through a cemetery graveyard.
Okay. But like how long would it take the car to get up the hill?
Probably not more than 20-30 seconds if you really.
Or if we could hide ourselves in the car, then Akimbo could drive up there, and then we're there.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
And Akimbo, when you get up there, I want you to park with the front end facing down the hill.
Okay.
So we can get the fuck out of there.
Yes, good planning.
Cars back then do not have safety catches inside the trunk. Can we install a safety catch in the trunk so we can get out of the trunk?
Sure. Someone have to roll mechanical repair maybe to rig something like that up.
I'm picturing a modern truck. Does this car have a trunk?
I'm gonna look up a Model T.
Yeah, Model T had a small trunk.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we should make a mechanical repair. Let's see, one of us can get that.
I only have a 10.
I have it at 50. Could you assist me because my dice are terrible?
I can assist you, and I'm also going to put a picture of a Model T.
48, I make it.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so you can rig up the lock so that you can pop it from while inside.
Nice. I'm going to pop it and lock it. Oh. Huh. All right. Not a whole lot of hiding place up in that car.
One man in the back seat.
Yeah, it's a coupe, so there is a back seat for 2, and then trunk.
All right, yeah, and Kimball's going to be out of the car anyway, so there'd be no reason to look back there.
Okay. Well, I think we're pretty good on this, and what is today? Is it Halloween?
No, it's in August.
Every day is Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that song.
I believe actually it was the end of August, so it's like the last weekend.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds fine. So we will go ahead and hide in the back, and you take the wheel, Kimbo.
Who's hiding in the trunk, if anyone?
Do we? One other thing I should check. Do you know if there's an ammo counter on this weird trumpet thing?
No.
A way to tell if it's loaded or how loaded it is?
I couldn't tell you. You squeeze this thing right here.
Can you actually not have you actually made a check to find that out?
I mean, as far as I understand it, it just looks like a pile of flesh mixed with a trumpet. I don't really know where I'd look.
Actually, roll an idea check.
An idea check, okay. 5, yes.
Okay.
Out of 70.
You're looking at us again as he's asking about it, and it actually looks as if it's dried out a bit since you've acquired it.
Okay.
It still moves when you handle it. And that's something that you've always noticed about it. That whenever you handle it, it rises and moves a bit in your grip. It's been very disconcerting for you. It's something you're a little bit used to now, but it's something that it always has done. However, it's not moving around as, I guess, vigorously.
Okay, so it must be. It seems like it's like a living thing, so it's probably dying. I need to feed it, but I don't know how to feed it. I like kind of like sprinkle some potato chips over it. Close the lid.
It doesn't have like a Mr. Fusion on the back or something.
Oh, dang it.
All right. So, I don't know if you want to actually expend effort or ammo or whatever this thing has, but I'd propose that you shoot one of us with it.
One of you?
Yes.
Oh, no, I got a better. I can one-up you on this. Okay, here's how we do this. Okay. So you're going to hide in the trunk, and then I'm going to be up here, because you can like come out of the trunk and be like, oh, and like attack the dude, and then I can zap you with it, and then we still have Adam as backup. Because I know it doesn't kill you.
No, I'm saying we should test this thing out on one of us first to see what being stunned by this is like, and if there's any way to protect against it. Because we're fighting a weapon we have no knowledge of.
I mean, who would like to volunteer?
Well, if it only knocks people out, I guess I will. But if it would kill me, I would not want that. I guess we don't know that it knocks people out because technically you never actually saw anyone wake up from it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it knocked people out, but they could have been dead. I was running. I didn't get close enough.
Never mind about that one then.
Yeah. Well, Kimbo has seen people drop at the effect, but he doesn't know anything much past that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a little metagame.
You took off running down the road.
Yeah, okay. All right. So it's hard to think of what might be used to defend against one of these in the field.
Tinfoil.
Yeah.
Always tinfoil.
Always tinfoil.
I did actually at one point. I was playing in a game of PX Poker Night, and I made a tinfoil hat.
Oh, that's right.
And it just happened to be in the rules that if you're wearing a tinfoil hat, you get you're immune to the effects.
Ridiculous.
It was awesome. So yes, I think we'll drive up the hill. Yes, we'll drive up the hill, pointing the car downwards. You guys, one of you guys in the trunk, one of you guys in the back seat. I will draw a circle with the salt, putting myself, the violin case, and the lawnmower in it. I will just sit down on the violin case and smoke a cigar and wait for Mr. Mystery to show up.
All right. I had the idea with the trunk. I'll get in the trunk.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So the appointed time arrives, and Kimbo, you drive the car out towards the cemetery, and the main gate is closed, but you can just go and open it. It's not locked. It's just shut.
Sure.
So you can open it, and then, as I said, there's pathways for cars to drive, so you can easily drive up, and you know exactly where to go. The path doesn't go quite up to the exact crest of the hill, but it does take you up there, and you can park it. I think you said you guys wanted it to be facing kind of downhill. Is that correct?
Yeah. Back towards the way we came.
Yeah, you can. It does loop around. You can drive around, and then it connects back up, to the way you came up, so you can park it so it's facing back down the road towards the entrance.
The main thing is we want to be facing on the easy escape vector.
Okay. Yeah, this would be a pretty short path to get out of down the hill towards the entrance.
All right.
And Kim will give me a spot hidden as you're driving around before you come to a park.
46 out of 25. Nope.
Okay. You're driving through the cemetery, and there's actually a fog that's lying in the low areas of the cemetery. And so, but the hills outside of it, the hills above it, so where you're at right now, it's not a problem. But it's just there's a fog. It's
does it look like the fog on that one night?
You can give me an idea roll if it seems any unusual, or at a glance it seems normal. I mean,
28 out of 70.
No, it doesn't seem to. It's not thick. It's not. That fog was actually encompassing the air. Was above your head. This is the fog here is very low lying. It's really only staying in the low areas of the grounds.
Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty. So, yeah, I'll park. Get out into an open area, set up, and wait.
Okay. As soon as you're out of the car and you got the door shut, you hear someone call out to you from a little ways away, and you can roll a spot hidden as well.
Okay.
But if you recognize the voice as being a person you spoke to on the phone, and you haven't brought anyone with you, have you?
No, just me. 15 out of 25.
Okay. And you see a figure step out from behind a large monument.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a pistol pointing in your direction.
Okay. I am going
give me a second.
Was he shooting it? Goody.
No. I'm just. Are you sure? There's no one. You didn't bring anyone with you?
No, it's just me. Just me. I'm gonna rummage in the side and get the little gun out, and then I'm gonna whip around and I'll be like, "Looks like we have a Mexican standoff."
Nice.
Real quick, fast talk though for.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Ooh, 64 out of 25.
Nice.
But you pull the weird.
Yeah. I mean,
out too.
He pulled a gun on me. I pulled a gun on him. Like, I don't trust you. This is all very weird, and let's just put your gun down. I'll put my gun down, and we'll talk.
He pauses for a moment, and while he's looking at you, and that seems reasonable at the time. So he tucks his gun into his coat pocket.
This guy's an asshole. We should kill him.
I will set my gun on top of the car.
Ooh, nice. Good move.
So, what do you have to say? I'm here. I'm alone. Why are we here?
Well, let me properly introduce myself. It's reasonable for me to understand you know me as Roderick Block. However, as I said, that is not actually who I am. And with the kind of the poor lighting, and I mean that this figure is obviously Rod.
Okay.
However, as I said, the voice is not Rod's. Rod kind of had a southern accent. This person speaking more north, like a Boston kind of.
Okay.
Have you heard of the Clark family, or Keith Clark specifically?
Was that the one in the article?
Yes.
We're gonna go check out. Yes. Mm-hmm. I've read an article about them.
Yes, I actually am Keith Clark.
Now, isn't he supposed to be dead?
I'm sure that is what you're it's one. I'm sure that is what is one to be believed, but no, my my family and I had gone camping some years ago, and it's just hard to ask. What do you know of the inhabitants in around Cobb's Corner?
Well, they're
Now, I'm
not.
not asking about the townsfolks either.
Well, I've seen the crab people. I've seen the frog monster. I've seen the spooky girl on the rock. I suspect there are vampires and possibly witches. So, whatever it is, it ain't good.
He looks at you. Vampires?
Yeah, the doctor seems to think that there's some vampiric activity in the area. Something wrong with the children being killed and having their blood going missing, and the owner of the house, the McLaren estate, apparently matches up with a legend of a vampire woman. I'm not sure if those are related to what you're referring to, or or if this is something that's we're both ignorant of.
He when you're telling this, he kind of gets this expression on his face where like he has no clue what you're talking about, but then he just kind of like accepts it and whatever. Okay. Just kind of that moment where I have no clue what you're talking about, and that's fine. I don't care. And he goes to talk, continue talking about his story a little bit.
Okay.
And how his family and him were camping some years ago. And let me go back real quick to so his family and was consisted of his wife and two sons were vacationing out in Vermont near Cobb's Corner. And I had gone out on a short walk and came across a cave that seemed to be of interest to me. I have a degree in geography that so I had took a little interest to it and went inside to explore. Unfortunately, the cave was not quite what I expected. It was not abandoned. It was actually inhabited by probably who you refer to as the crab people, or at least is part of their home or residence, however you want to think of it.
All right. What have they been there a long time, or what's their story? What's their deal?
They've been here for centuries, it seems. The best I can gather. When they had captured me, and as hard as it may sound, I the reason for I had agreed to work with them on the condition that my wife and children were unharmed and allowed to return home.
Well, I can understand that.
So, a bit unwillingly, I guess, or in an effort to want to save my wife and children, I basically permitted myself to work with these entities. And so I spent a number of years apparently. I don't know if it's in what the term is, hibernation, or whatever the case may be. But recently they had a need for me and brought me back.
Okay, so obviously you were in a different body, so they somehow implanted you into this body?
Correct. And that is a similar case with everyone who's returned from Cops Corner recently. Okay. None of them are who they appear to be.
What happened to what happened to their souls?
That I'm not certain of. Usually those they think they have a use for, they maintain and use as they see fit. For those who they don't have a need for or are useless to them, but they don't can't serve a purpose, they usually are just discarded.
So why? So what are the others doing? You seem like you have at least a good motive. You did this for your family in the first place. What are they planning this time? Why have you guys been brought back?
Well, over the several years or several decades, there's been more people have been learning or accidentally learning more about these people, these aliens. Okay. As I think that's what they truly are, and they would rather be able to operate unseen. And so their current plan is for us to infiltrate it, or basically be working within the university and trying to see how much of them is known outside of just Vermont.
That's good.
Okay. So you said that this might cause the destruction of Arkham. If they're just after information, why would that lead to the destruction of Arkham?
Well, the plan that they have is once, it's supposed to include myself and the other agents. We're able to find out exactly what is known and how much and where this information is. Our goal is to destroy that information, whatever means necessary.
Okay.
Either steal it or destroy it.
Now, if this information was destroyed in a peaceful manner, would this operation come to a close?
I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't believe there is a peaceful end to it. In fact, I'm fairly certain part of the plan is to burn down the library as well.
Well, that was my plan, so I'm gonna beat you to it. It make sure that it didn't spread, and if that happens, then I guess that's all she wrote. But
I also know that there are plans to raid a lab and office in the science building as well.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if you remember last session, but I visited the brain office. I don't know if that's probably the same one they're talking about, but
yeah, you spoke to I believe someone who was able to human anatomy and physiology.
Right. I'm only mentioning that because his character would remember it, but he might not necessarily.
Yeah. So when are these raids supposed to? I mean, thank you for telling me this, but what can I do about it?
Well, it's the current the plan is actually to execute that tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
And I'm only mentioning as go back real quick. Upon recently learning that despite myself agreeing to work with these fiends, that they did not keep the word about the well-being of my family.
Uh-huh.
And I learned since arriving back in Arkham that they were apparently killed.
Yes, that's what the
unknown assailant. I can only assume that it's actually these things.
Well,
and because of this, I don't want to partake in it, and I wish to actually see their plan fail, if at all possible.
All right, so that sounds good to me. It'd be useful to have an inside man that can throw things off at the critical moment. So, nice. What is the game plan? And perhaps we can brainstorm a way to make that game plan go awry.
Roll a sanity check.
Okay. 64 out of 41. Did not make it.
Ooh. Okay. You lose a point of sanity as Terrence appears right next to you.
And like out of thin air?
Yeah. Okay. And he has... he's not like immediately next to you, but he is definitely within like 10 feet of both of you as you're sitting there talking to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And he has you can see in his hand, he has a odd looking device.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get a description. You can't make it out very well, but it's maybe the size of like a doorknob.
Okay.
Like a round doorknob. It fits neatly in the palm of his hand, but the way he's holding it is like he's kind of has his hand upside, like his hands upside down, so the fingers at the bottom, so that the face of the object is kind of facing toward the both of you.
Okay. I am.
And then while he appears with this, and he just tells both of you, "Don't move," and you can roll a spot hidden at this time as well.
Okay. 92. I don't see shit.
Nope, you do not. And then the two of you in the car can actually hear a third voice now. You've been overhearing this conversation between this Clark Block individual and Okimbo, but now you hear a third voice suddenly, not audible, telling them not to move.
All right. I'm gonna hold action, I guess. I'm gonna comply for now.
Okay.
I'm also going to do the same. I'm going to listen for alien knockout noises.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow everybody's lead.
Terrence keeps this object kind of, he now kind of shifts it towards the focus of it towards you, Akimbo.
Okay. And
he starts just he chews out Clark or Block. He says, "I don't understand why you're doing this. You're being a traitor to our masters, to ourselves. Our plan must be completed. I don't understand why you're doing this." And he's just kind of interrogating him about it. And then he turns to you and says, "Our masters will be more than happy to add you to their collection."
And with that, I'm going to say, well, actually, I'm going to, so, let's see, two things. First thing, I'm going to just say, what's the benefits package like?
So can I hear this, by the way, Jeff? Like, can I
Yeah,
actually?
both of you in the car can hear what's being said.
I'm going to go ahead and reach up to cut the lights on in the car, like the headlights, to hopefully distract them and all that. So I'm just ready in that action in case shit starts going down. Like the headlights kicking on will maybe scare somebody off.
Okay.
So that's it right now.
Okay. Kimball, I think you're about to do something.
Yeah, it was. I think I'm just gonna, because he's pointing this thing at me, but he obviously wants my soul, and I don't think this is the soul sucker device, because the soul sucker device, I think, is the thing on the roof.
On the roof?
Yeah, on the roof of the car.
Okay.
The trumpet.
Yeah, I thought you. I think I heard you say you put it in the hood, but same difference. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be like, I just bullshitting, at the guy, waiting for him to kind of advance things.
Oh, he does respond when you ask about the benefit package.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of turns. You get this really evil grin on his face, or the very delightful grin on his face, and you will be able to see sights that no human has seen before, and be able to continue on forever if you wish.
Well, that sounds very attractive. So how do we go about this? The whole sign up process.
Give me a spot hidden.
Okay. Come on, spot hidden. 59 out of 25. So no.
Okay. As he's answering you, all of a sudden you hear Clark Block, whoever it is, firing at Terrence. He's pulled a pistol out of his pocket and he's shooting at him.
All right, I'm just gonna start screaming, "Go, go, 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 go!" run to the get the little thing off the hood, slide behind the car.
Okay, so you're give me are you going over the hood?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the whole action style, like slide across the hood, grab the trumpet.
Give me a jump check to get over the hood.
Jeff, would it be too much to ask if doves fly up as he's sliding across the hood of the car?
Well, I rolled a 68, so that's not going to do it. I just kind of fall over the...
Yeah, you try to jump over, you kind of get hung up halfway, and you slide down the front of the hood of the car, so you're right in front of it. And that's when Adam's character flicks on the lights.
Yeah.
As the pistol starts shooting. Terrence dives for it, and everyone can hear Clark Block letting off 4 rounds very quickly. And actually, I think we'd be at initiative then.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm unfortunately gonna. Well, not unfortunately, but I'm gonna pop out. I'm gonna pop out of the car to kind of crouch down behind the door.
Okay. So who has the highest dex actually?
Well, Kyle and I have a dex of Kyle, we have 55.
Is Kyle sleeping?
No, I'm still here.
I thought you were snoring.
No, I'm not snoring.
Okay.
We've been idle so long though. We've been in this trunk.
His legs asleep. He's gonna open the trunk and just row out.
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yes, I have a 50.
Okay.
So we act first, I guess.
Do I get initiative from the trunk, or do I need to take a round to roll out?
You need to take an action to get out.
All right. Do I lose initiative, or do I still go faster? I don't know.
Well, you would start getting out first.
All right. Oh, all right. Yeah, sure. I'll roll then. 94.
Well, it's in straight dexterity order.
Nice.
So I believe actually it would be Terrence first, and then Clark, Block, and then Adam and Kyle, and then Dave would be the order. From what I can see with initiative.
Wait, is there something stopping us from just leaving?
Other than that, no one's in the car to drive at the moment. Other than Adam could slip up front, perhaps, but.
All right.
It's our only ally we got right now, so I think he's an investment worth protecting.
All right.
So, is this place far enough away from town that gunshots won't draw people?
There is a good chance of that.
Because we may have to murder this man and dig up a freshly dug grave and throw him on top and then fill it back in. Just saying.
It's outside of Arkham, so it's not within the city limits at all.
But there's probably a caretaker nearby or something like that. So yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Well, that's future Van McCoy's problem. That's not current Van McCoy's problem.
We don't have. Do we have actual guns though?
No.
No, you have rapiers.
Yeah. You got that trumpet thing, but I don't know if that makes noise.
It doesn't. I don't think.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
If you could incapacitate him, then we could all hop in a car. But anyway, I guess that's if wishes were ponies. Yeah. I guess it's their turn first, I suppose.
Yep.
Okay. What happens?
There is a lightning show as a arc of electricity shoots from Terrence's hand from that device and strikes Clark Block person.
Shit.
Okay.
Oh no, Terrence is the good guy. He's just in Rod.
Block is our good guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Rod Block. That's right.
Robert
Block. Hits him, does some damage. Hits him in the leg actually as he turns to run, and he drops. And so then it goes on to Adam and Kyle.
So we've got Bobby Block and Bobby Blaine both in the same party.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually
not their adventuring party. I mean, never mind. Sorry, that just occurred to me. You should go.
So Dave's on the ground, right?
Yep. In front of the car. Go ahead. Sorry.
And how far am I from the guy with the lightning box?
Like 20 feet.
20 feet.
I don't believe that Old Kimball was that far from the car.
No.
So right next to it.
I will go ahead and open the door since we established I'm in the car, unless I've already got out of it since all that was happening.
Nope. I imagine this was going to be your action to.
Yeah.
Because you said you want to get it out of the car and use it as it as a shield.
Could I for a freebie on this, as I open the door up and crouch down, can I scoop up a handful of gravel?
Sure.
Because you never know when you need to throw rocks.
Pocket sand.
Well, if it works, you'll be impressed. But keep going. All right, so Kyle.
All right, I'm going to I'm going to do that thing that we're not going to name because it's racist. But I'm going to get out of the trunk and get into the driver's seat and turn on the car.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty much the only action you can do is I'll say there's like a the seat folds down so you can crawl up through the back and then get in the driver's seat. But that's it takes a pretty big long action for you to do so.
Sure.
But you can get into the driver's seat and get it started up.
I think that's the best we can do right now.
Clark, as he falls to the ground, after being hit with electricity, shouts out towards Okimbo, "Please avenge my family!" And then he takes the pistol up to his head and pulls the trigger.
Oh,
then everyone needs to make a sanity check as his brain splatters everywhere.
Why did that happen?
Well, 92. I didn't get that.
Be a D3 if you fail.
Odd 5. I didn't know him. Fuck him.
85. I failed. Did I miss a part where he explained why that made sense?
Yeah, he mentioned that the crab people were like he was helping them because he was hoping it would keep his family safe. But then he read in the library that said family was dead, so he had no reason to cooperating with them any longer.
But why do you shoot himself?
I don't think he has faith in our ability to take this dude down.
Okay.
Well, we don't have an anchor holding us to this scene anymore.
Yeah, certainly.
Everyone roll spot hidden.
Oh,
crap.
Okay.
Actually, or listen, either one.
You spot an anchor holding you to the scene.
I made it. 23 out of 25.
Got it. 21 out of 25.
I missed it.
I got it. So I think Dave and I saw it or heard it.
Yeah, whichever one. I mean, if
both of us
you know, more, yeah, you guys can. You become aware that there are other figures coming up, the other side of the hill, basically opposite from where the car is facing.
All right.
Okay, Bo, it is time to leave.
It is time to leave. Yes.
Lowercase t.
Yes, I will. I will just start I will, scoot around, firing indiscriminately over the car and get into the passenger side.
Using the weird gun.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really not trying to hit anything. I'm just
Squeezing some covering fire at it.
Okay.
We got to thin their numbers. Let's see South Park references. Go ahead.
Back up to the top there.
It's coming right for us.
Adam, you were outside behind the door, basically.
Yeah, behind the door.
Okay.
Oof.
Let's see.
Next to a car with rubber tires.
Yep. Ooh.
I don't like that. Ooh.
Well, luckily I was applying a penalty dice for him because with the door. Otherwise, it would have been very bad.
But now I got to I have a deposit on this car.
So this Terrence turns towards you, Adam, and then sparks fly from his hand towards you. But fortunately, be behind the door. The door pretty much takes all the effect from it. You can feel a little bit of almost like static charge coming through the frame of the vehicle, but you don't take any damage from it.
Okay.
Nice.
Easing back in the car.
Yeah. And then I believe then it is Adam, Kyle, and actually the two other figures you're not quite sure who they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So is Akimbo up yet, or is he still on the ground?
Yeah, I'm in the passenger side.
All right, I'm sliding back in the back seat and yelling, "Gun it!"
I'm peeling out of here.
I can almost see Akimbo kind of like Mal from Serenity, where I'm over here, He just randomly shooting at things. So Adam, you get in the car.
Yeah.
It is Kyle. You can do whatever you wish. You got the car
I'm
running.
peeling out.
Okay.
I'm definitely peeling out. I want out of the scene.
Okay. So you tear down the hill, and you exit the cemetery, and wherever you want to go.
I don't know. Waffle House. back to the university, I guess.
Well, I'm just thinking. I don't like getting shot at.
Accurate. Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption. But I guess the university is the safest place. So yeah, we will. After we get out of there? I'm gonna ask Kyle. What's your character's name? I always forget it.
Caleb.
Caleb, stop the car, and I'm gonna kind of roll the window down and stick my head out and look at the door. Is it damaged?
All right.
Yeah, there's scorch marks across it.
It'll buff out. We'll be okay.
It'll buff out.
Yeah. Well, we could probably if we called the police, it would hamper them. But from what I hear, they're getting ready to try to do, like, burn down the library and ransack Professor Brain in a Jar's room.
We should call in a bomb threat on the library.
Yeah.
Like, unironically.
That's... yeah. Do they have bomb threats back then? Would they even know how to react to that?
I feel like if you were to call the police in a sleepy town and be like, I'm going to blow up the library, no matter who that was, they would probably react to it.
You'd hope. I don't know. I don't people treat bomb threats. But yeah. All right. Like, I think they might go around looking for a big sphere with a big fuse coming out of it.
Part of me wants to, like, guns are like, and this is meta for me, but guns in Call of Cthulhu are kind of like well, with my guy having 20 in firearms and stuff like that, even if I went to get a gun, it would be like 20% chance. So I don't really think guns are a way, but I think we probably need to ambush them, possibly, if that sounds good. And I think the best place
right now.
No.
Okay.
They're on edge right now. I mean, I wish I could find out where they lived and burn it down with them in it.
That sounds like a good
plan. We know that he told me that that their masters live in a cave in Cobb's Corners. So we'll have to take care of that. I guess I'll pull out my, hey, here's a use for my items for the first time in the game. My notebook and fountain pen. I'm going to pull that out and write down exactly what just happened as best as I can remember it.
Make a Lovecraftian journal.
Yes.
Those are handy.
So we don't know where these guys actually live, if they're staying together. Because I'd like to burn the place down with them in it. I'm a little pissed right now.
Well, we know that they're masquerading as students and they were living in the dorms. At least our friend was before he shot himself.
I wonder if they're all living in the same dorm now. Wait, I looked that up. I looked up one of the kids, but I don't know who his roommate is.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the roommate.
We need to get the information that they were seeking out of the library. We need to get the evidence, whatever that is. If it's important enough to burn the library down, if we have that, that's leverage.
I thought we already did.
Yeah, Okimo, either you got, I think, checked out some of the books, but you also have a pretty complete list of what books they were reading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have all of that. And we checked out most of it.
But now we just need to get the rest of it and hide it.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything except the periodicals. We got everything else.
What does the professor have? What of importance would be in there?
Maybe one of these. And I brandish the wilting biogun. I just imagine it like drooping at this point.
Yeah, the professor was a professor of neurology, right?
Yeah. Which professor, I guess?
The one that we're worried about? What?
I mean, there's Professor Harold's the one that kind of organized the expedition. There's
Oh, that professor might be the one that's killed.
there's also you're aware
course.
of what's his name?
The professor that the letter was involved in, is that
Yeah.
the one that organized the
Yeah,
expedition?
Roger Harold is his name, Professor Roger
Yeah.
Harold. He's the
Sorry,
one
I got.
wrote to Daphne back a year ago. That's
Yeah,
the
sorry.
one letter you found.
I
That's
consulted a professor last game, so I'm like, oh, that's the professor. But no, you're right. It's obviously Harold.
Oh, we need to actually go speak to Harold then.
Yeah.
And was Harold the one sending everybody out there, or was that somebody else?
He's the one that organized it, and he's actually the one that arrived out there once, like everyone, when after that one night, and he's the one that dragged Kimball to Batterboro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like that's who we need to talk to. Somebody go to the library and get the rest of the books that are on the list that we don't have. We need to actually start looking and seeing what they all have in common. If they're all a risk, that seems like that's the thing to do.
I think what it is, it's a key to the location of it, of the cave, and I think we have enough with what's in my head, with what I've said, and we don't need to go back for the periodicals. We have all of the books. We don't need the newspapers. That's just unnecessary risk. We should probably just talk to the professor.
Okay, we'll just I guess hang low at the apartment or the frat house. Sleeping with Rapier by my side. She's the only one that understands me, guys. But after that, yeah, I guess if you want to go ahead and like cut to the next scene.
Okay. So you guys drive to the fraternity or the dorm?
Where the frat house is, where Kimbo's staying.
Yeah, let's. Well,
we could. I don't feel like being alone right now.
Yeah, let's just all camp in the attic at the frat house.
All right.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Buffering.
Try to read this in detail real quick. Okay. So you guys hide out in the attic. Kimball. Yes. At some point during the evening, while you guys are sleeping, you have a horrific nightmare.
Oh, no.
That involves seeing like giant buzzing insects swarming around you. Their pinchers are poking you, even like piercing your skin, pulling pieces of flesh away. Visions of them removing your limbs and putting them back on. Roll a D3 for Sandy Lost.
1. Man, all right.
Okay. You wake up screaming still.
Yeah, no, I do.
Enough to wake up the other two.
Ah.
No, the bees! No, the bees! Oh,
There we go.
But otherwise, the night continues on, and eventually,
Excellent.
once you're able to calm yourself and get back to sleep.
Alrighty. I think that might be a good place to stop.
Sure.
Sound good to everybody?
It's 9 o'clock. Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, that was fun. I wasn't expecting to get out of the off the hill alive. I'm now 2 for 2 on not dying on hills. There will come a day, though, that I have to pick a hill to die on, I'm sure.
So to speak.
Fortunate having a car ready.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was a good move.
Yeah, good thinking.
Yeah, I'd hate to have had to run on foot.
And I, like, he didn't have some kind of, like, crazy, heat vision and was like, no, you lied.
Yeah, I'm glad about that. At the
So
same time,
seem
like,
beatable.
what was with that guy insisting that you come alone? Like, what's even the deal there?
I don't know. Maybe,
right.
like, they're attracted to groups of people or something.
Or just paranoia.
Yeah, that too.
Fair enough.
Rest in peace, Brent Clark. Or whatever his name was.
We hardly knew you.
He's in a better place now.
Was it Rob Block or Rod Block?
It's Roderick.
Yeah.
Roderick, yeah.
That's who you knew him as, and then
Rod Block.
apparently he was Keith Clark at the end.
As I roll over to take a sip of whiskey to get back to sleep, I pour a little on the floor for Roderick.
See, I remembered it because it was originally I didn't get the Keith part, but I remembered it as a mnemonic for cock block. Rod Block.
Rod Block, yeah. All right, Jeff, why don't you take us home on that note?
Great.
Like a lesson learned.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for on the Remember Slopes for a time to harvest. Hopefully, we will see a eventual or not a eventual result of the events that occurred tonight. Whether they will be pleasant or not is yet to be seen. And I hope everyone joins us in a continuation, perhaps in 2 weeks, I believe.
It'll be, 2 weeks from now, we'll do Agents. So on the 19th, same time, same bat station, we're going to do Agents, Aliens, and Assange. Pick that back up, and then we'll have Thanksgiving. And then on December 3rd, we'll come back to Arkham and see what happens next.
Excellent.
Time to harvest.
So actually, I think that's about a month or so actually for this. Just due to everyone's schedule.
That sounds right.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
So I hope everyone comes back and joins us, and wish everyone a good night.
Adios.
Das videre.